Hi everyone, my name is Cindy Shevitz and I am going to be doing my classroom technology resource review. So the article that I chose was this one that talked about new ways that we can use Flipgrid in the classroom. So I wanted to start off by talking about what is Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a platform for sharing videos intended for educational use. It enables the creation of grids and discussion topics for videos by teachers and students. It's used to encourage participation from students by using video responses, and it promotes collaboration among students, reflection, and communication. We can use this in the classroom by teachers can design topics in Flipgrid grids based on particular lessons and exercises. After gaining access to the topics and grids, students record and submit videos in response. Peers can interact with one another's videos by leaving comments and replies. Teachers can oversee and lead conversations, offering criticism when required. And Flipgrid can be incorporated into a variety of courses and learning goals to improve student engagement and understanding. So in the article that I chose, there was discussions about new ways on how to use it in the classroom. So the first one is book reviews with AR. You can make AR book reviews, QR codes for classroom libraries by using Flipgrid's AR feature. Second, there's the world language practice. By putting students in touch with peers all over the world, you can encourage global language practice. Third, accessibility features. To improve accessibility for all students, make use of immerse reader and closed captioning. Fourth, inviting guest speakers. You can invite professionals from a range of fields to take part in asynchronous classroom discussions. Five, student portfolios. You can make grids so students can display their skills and work on their portfolios. Six, annotations for learning. Let students annotate their own videos. Seven, making a mixtape. Select significant events and films for introspection throughout the year. Eight, sharing collaborating work. Through student-to-student replies, promote peer feedback and celebration of finished products. And nine, assisting absent students. Post summaries of missed assignments on Flipgrid to help absent students catch up. So what are the pros and cons of Flipgrid? The pros, it promotes multimedia interaction. It encourages students' participation in dialogue. It enables students to participate in asynchronous learning at their own pace. It offers chances for reflective and individualized feedback, and it provides a range of features to promote inclusivity and accessibility. However, there are also cons. The cons include needs internet access and technology, which some students might not have. Teachers may have to devote a lot of time to monitoring, controlling the student content. It can raise privacy issues with regard to student videos and data. It's restricted to video-based interactions, which might not be appropriate for all subjects or learning styles. Extra preparation and resources may be needed for integrating into current curriculum. So the learning theory that I feel Flipgrid reflects is the social constructivism. Social constructivism definition is that it's a theory that equates learning with creating meaning from experience. From the standpoint of social constructivism, Flipgrid encourages group learning via social contact. It encourages students to co-create their own knowledge, promotes the exchange of concepts, viewpoints, and insights, critical thinking and groups problem solving, peer evaluation, introspection, strengthening the idea that learning is a social endeavor, and it stresses the value of understanding other people's viewpoints and experiences. So who are learners with special needs? Learners with special needs are a diverse population that make up the people with mental, emotional, physical, or sensory disabilities. They need assistance and accommodations in order to properly engage in learning activities and obtain educational materials. They might experience difficulties with their mobility, speech, focus, memory, or sensory processing. Due to their unique disabilities, encounter a range of difficulty with coursework and social interactions. They can face obstacles with inclusion and with full participation in regular classrooms, frequently brought on by a lack of resources, accessibility, or understanding. They can deal with difficulties in stigma, stereotypes, and low expectations from peers and instructors. And they also require accommodations or individualized education plans to meet their learning needs. So what are the challenges for learners with special needs via Flipgrid? There are accessibility barriers, there's cognitive overload, communication difficulties, social interaction challenges, need for individualized support. Basically, a lot of the learners with specific disabilities, such as visual impairments or difficulties, may encounter accessibility challenges when utilizing Flipgrid. They might have trouble speaking or understanding others. They might find that difficult. And in order to fully access and engage with Flipgrid's content, they may need extra help, accommodations, or assistive technology, which could put more strain on educators and available resources. How can they overcome these challenges? They can provide students with disabilities with an alternative way to use Flipgrid, such as adapted input devices for students with motor difficulties. They can break down Flipgrid into smaller tasks. They can provide students with speech or language impairments with alternate ways, such as written responses or using AAC devices. They can also get a social skills training, which would provide clear guidance on social cues. They can also create plans for each learner's unique needs, and then teachers can definitely give their support and training to give them guidance and assistance on how to use Flipgrid. There are also benefits for learners with special needs via Flipgrid as well. There's features for accessibility. It makes learning more accessible for students who are struggling with hearing or reading, so providing closed captioning. There's customized learning. It accommodates a variety of learning styles and skill levels by allowing students with special needs to interact with it at their own speed and express themselves through video. There's also inclusive participation. There's also personalized support and peer collaboration, feedback, and reflection. So I want you all to do a self-reflection. So the prompt is to identify 4 tips for using Flipgrid in the classroom for special needs learners. What other marginalized learners might benefit from Flipgrid? And what other challenges could Flipgrid present to learners with special needs that I didn't identify? Overall, Flipgrid's technology makes it easier for students to engage asynchronously at their own pace. While it promotes multimedia interaction to raise student engagement levels, it can also face other challenges for those who don't have internet resources or public speaking skills. Learners with special needs can use Flipgrid as a way to increase accessibility in the classroom and customize learning to their strengths. However, it also faces challenges for those with specific disabilities such as visual impairments or motor difficulties and would be too much of a cognitive overload. While using Flipgrid isn't recommended for every single assignment, finding the appropriate time to use Flipgrid is recommended for teachers to use in their classrooms. And this is my works cited. Thanks for listening.